Hi folks, well I've got a new lake painting for you to be getting your teeth into. So wet the paper. This is the Fabriano practice paper. It's very good, very cheap. Does a lot of things that other more expensive papers don't do, like lifting out. Now all my paintings are trying to express feeling of what I like, peace, which I don't always feel, and an illusion of detail, an impression of detail. So I will, so the usual way, start with I was going to put out some more ultramarine, but I want to get some fairly strong colour. I'm thinking of a woody painting. Maybe we've had so much rain lately, you can't get away from lakes and floods. I will have a bit of red. If you're going to put water in, put the sky in the water where you might put it in. We'll have a bit of a shadow. The ultramarine these days doesn't seem quite as saturated with colour as it used to be. So a little bit weird, but you can always add a bit of Payne's grey with it. Beef it up a bit. I will have a bit of cloud. A bit of blue up there. There comes a point where you need to leave the sky alone. Right, most of this, a lot of that's going to be covered up. Clean the brush. I think, from experience, the art of the hake is learning how much water to put in the brush. But as important as that is the touch, is a lightness of touch, a feather touch. You don't need to put a lot of pressure on the brush. If you do, it'll release a lot of water. Okay, now we'll put a little bit of distance, so we have a bit of alizarin. I haven't, this alizarin's been on here for months. I don't use a lot of it. I will put in try not to make your sides symmetrical, keep them a bit different, a bit of darker stuff in there. Right, got a bit of dark in here. Right, now while that's wet, okay, right, reclip. Right, now the paint is, or the water is slowly sinking into the paper. It's much slower in this paper than some of the better quality ones, but you can use that to your advantage with the lifting out. So now we can start to build up a bit of texture. A lot of burnt sienna, bit of blue. I've always got a bit of toweling. Now a bit of dark. Ooh. Oh, a bit of red. Oh, a bit of Payne's grey. I don't use a lot of burnt umber. I mix most of my darks with the Payne's grey and burnt sienna. I've just got a passion for burnt sienna. Okay, so we've got a bit of water there. We can do a bit the other side now. Bit of yellow in there, I think. Bit of green. Don't leave too much sparkle, but I'm just trying to give that impression that there's water and I can put some reflections in that. But so leave enough space for reflections. Now we've got a bit of dark in there. Ooh, not that dark. There's a lot of shadow there. Well, try just a very light touch. I'm using a bit of blue in this mix here. Try and keep the sides different. Well, just let the flake dart around. A bit of shadow in here. We won't have any water up that high, will we? So we'll put a bit of dark shadow in there, bit of blue, bit of sienna. Just a little bit of dark, cover up some of that. Okay, now we've got to sort out some texture in front of these trees here, so I'll re-clip the paper. Now, if you didn't know by now, I keep my watercolour tray palette in a bag, a Ziploc bag, a document bag. Show it to you again. There it is. Bit of toweling in there. Nice and moist. I give it a good spray, and I just leave put the tray back in it clean. I clean the palette, and then I just zip it up, leave it, and it'll stay moist for a long time. Well worth the effort. Okay, let's put a little bit of texture in here. A couple of little rocks, why not? Some rocks in here as well. Let's catch a little bit of light. Okay, we don't want to overdo it. Very easy to overdo. Okay, clean. Oh, got to make it nice and clean. So I'll put in some, well, this spring greens. Or some sort of greens. Got a tiny touch, very light. Light I'll put on the right. I get some nice bit of dark shadow. Take the shadow off the page. Show some more. And a bit of dark, bit of Payne's grey in there. Okay, that's right, we'll do some more on this side. Bit of a luster. Well, I'll put some shadow in there. Some dark green. Put a bit of dark shadow in here. I'll have a bit of lighter green on there. Go off stage. Now, what we'll do, I think we could put a bit more green in here. Just Payne's grey and cadmium yellow. Right, okay. Now, while that's drying off, I'll do a bit of impression detail. There are some people that have got that marvellous ability of being able to copy photographically, or with photographic memories. I haven't. So I have to do the best I can with what I've got and create an impression. A bit greeny colour from I'll put the darker bit on the side of that, and I was going to do something here, wasn't I? So what we're doing now is a few twigs sticking up, and what you put up, bring down. Right, now we want a bit of shadow or reflection in there. Now we've got this now we have a bit of green. It's not really showing up for us, so right, that's not really worked out as well as I hoped, but anyway. Got a lot of dark in here, it's a sort of shadow. That's the way it's working out anyway. Nearly done. I don't want to overdo it, it's just so easy to. Oops, it's me rigger. Right, bird. Okay, well, there we are. Let's sign it, put a mount on it, and call it a day. Done 2, that's enough. I've got a new phone, folks. It's a Galaxy S8. It's 8 months old. It was mother of one of my daughter's colleagues who had an upgrade on her phone, so she probably got a Samsung or got an iPhone probably. There's a little bit of detail in there really. And so I've got to learn to use it. Now at my age it's all very, very difficult. And the difficulty I had this morning was sending a photo of this from my new phone to my email address and my laptop, my Hotmail. Oh, it was right the opposite way. Do you think you could do it? So I went to knock on next door, and the eldest son came out. He sorted it out for me. He's probably got an iPhone, but they've got agile brains at that age. But it is very difficult for some of us to. I tell you, who's really good at it is Alan Owen. He's built computers in the past. And I'm sure you all know Alan. We're good friends. Put it up there. Okay, well there we are, that's passable, isn't it? Just about. So there we are. A woodland scene with plenty of impression of distance. I've got the blue behind that just about shows through to show that there's something going on behind. Then this is all coming out into silhouette against the light of the sky. Anyway, there we are. It's a painting. Hope you like that one, folks. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.